Welcome to Grimey Renaissance, a menace in my prime. They've been defined by rebellious songs. Live from corrections, I had time to write a sentence on just about anything. They'll find a shrine to rest my head upon. Yeah, and when it's on, you a bunch of phonies. Watching closely, I don't focus on the ones below me. Best option was either Oberon or John Maroney, but went through the monster factory like Balls Mahoney. When I got home, I put up numbers like Don Cerrone. Fuck rappers, get done up like Giovanni Falcone. Sink or swim, but I'm more Maroney. It's all fun and games till someone go and chalk you home. Out of sight, you a no-show. I'm Eddie Guerrero on the mic with the low blows. I'm from where there's bulk ice, it don't snow though. And Friday nights young and still fighting over postcodes. Viet Cong traps designed for the popos. Straps go for 9, so it's knives to your bro. Separate the night from the no-dos. Me and my machete, we like iced tea and cocoa. The hardest rapper had to laugh at that. Hit him so hard it knocked the brim from his starter cap. Half the facts that give Martin Bryan a heart attack. Your bars are whack, but fuck rap, I'm bringing Port Arthur back.
The gunman, who was armed with several high-powered rifles, continued to shoot at police.
I'm going out blasting. I'm going out blasting.
Yeah, the fam in the camp loyal. You don't wanna fuck with the plans of this brand royal. So much blood'll hit the land, it'll tan soil. Bullets will go through more barrels than Uzbekistan oil. That's my jam, K brought it fresh, raw to death. You probably saw the K cross the chest. Always meant what I said and say what I meant. Instrumentals made them tens, a little metal made them tense. The skirmish kicked off from the trench. Slipped off and learned in this business he ain't got no friends. Shit's off betrayal, gotta stay away from the stench. The crisscross had me Chris Bosh playing off the bench. Gorilla press mics, my pen a sword writing up a storm. Swing it like a lead pipe. Kept it raw for the underground like Dare's Flight. And kept a couple blades in the underworld like Where's Snipes. Birth to be the best like I've been circling a blessed life. Word to getting right with God, the murdered on the next night. My girl hold the barrel at these working with the feds types. When I'm gone, bet she hold me down like Bernadette Price. Burning through pens like crack addicts. My ink budget alone would set you back at Baghdad Palace. Grimy as fuck, you could say that I lack balance. You listen to whack rappers, so I won't act like that matters. Still put out music for the backpackers. NC squared underground, I'm good with that status. Fuck the masses, this a takeover. Brand royal back to Coup D'état, and it's game over.
I'm going out blasting. I'm going out blasting.
357 red. And to finish, 6-shot, 8-inch barrel.
Tell them lames they better brace themselves. And all these fakes in the game better waste themselves. From pacing cells impatiently, now they can tell. Halal back on the menu while they shaking off the bacon smell. Swine. Talk is cheap, they were shook quickly. Sweating like the LAPD when they took Nipsey. Tooks with me in the beast, kept his books with me. Put 50 crooks in a suite that overlooks Sydney. Put simply, one was gonna sing, but it got adjourned. Trust the funny thing, I'm worthy if it wasn't earned. I'm not worried about a thing, bruv, I'm not concerned. The drum from the cover of the ring, the one with Thomas Hearns. Upon return, I amped it right up instead of stopping. And lit the mic up, anyone that get a 10, I'll top them. They've been questioning my ties like I'm Dennis Rodman. My lawyer Wise, Larry Bird defending Magic Johnson. And it's too easy. I'm the Iron Sheik of music, you the Blue Meanie. I can make your favorite rapper do the Houdini. I mean, the fuck he gonna do? Try to Bruce Lee me? And it's no stress, 0 fucks given like a marriage with no sex. Industry rappers won't even rock up with no vest. Unless there's more coppers there than at a protest. My shit is grotesque like Pac played by Ja Rule. But you're annoying like a woke cunt on a bar stool. Carpool with Suge in the Mercedes with Damu. And this shit is easier than the Taliban taking Kabul. It's too easy. Comanche flow, I was bred for war. Less is more, I guess you living by that metaphor. I'm in the booth, steady rockin' till my head is sore. I hit the roof and you're taking more shots than a tennis ball. Grimey Renaissance, Chooks brought the snub nose. Bust loads of tapes come and push them to the cutthroats. Me and Legs had the Mars under the ponchos. A piece on a swivel under the bed like Alonzo. A fish stink from the head, that's your honchos. Heard Portals had that horn stuck in my head like a bongo. Gorilla shit like I was bred in the Congo. I'm well fed, but coming for your head in every song though. And it's too easy. Yeah, Grimey Renaissance. Best believe I won't buy for buyers. If it's beef, I'm Voorhees, machete through your pajamas. This shit is bananas. Leave your fucking wig like you wanna. Switchblade have you looking like you took a swim with piranhas. I'll dice them up, don't get it twisted, I'm not with the drama. Like Big Pharma with the shots, we'll hit you with the llamas. Need that Hoist Gracie gripper kick like Adesanya. I'm Vladdy Putin on my competition, das Vidania. Balaclavas and brass knucks with bars that you can't touch. My last stuff, me and Gladys don't wanna see me masked up. I'm creating the kind of buzz that they can't hush. I've passed up the stardust for the rush when ARs bust. About to turn this game into Port Arthur and do the cash what X-Key score does to your data. Beats raw, got heads bouncing like your father. The drum echo, that shit sounding like a small charter. One phone call and they all martyrs. They swore they so raw, now they all targets. Bombard and blow the spot like C4 charges. The Hector Lombard of hip-hop, only more heartless. Got it started and I brought it in its rawest form. Borders drawn, this is just the calm before the storm. Before you gone getting slayed when the war's on. Hockey mask, big blade, take your head off like you're a prawn. Leave your brains on the concrete, talks cheap, but they embrace it when the Lord speaks. My shit like Saudi laws laced over raw beats. For head of more Grimey Renaissance, Jason Voorhees.
Fucking men like you built the hydrogen bomb. Men like you thought it up. You think you're so creative.
I got that T800 flow, fuck my foes. Came up in this bitch like I run the show. I've had Putin's reign cause I've been running unopposed. My shit is raw than Bolivian cane up the nose. They mustn't know. Some say I'm overlooked, overtook these lames. We ain't the same, but that's overstood. This an entree, the main a little overcooked. Haram in the industry, I refrain from the cloven hoof. I know they shook, poker face of an open book at checkmate. Got them taking L's like there's only rooks. Left beside the king, find their chin when I throw them hooks. Get the dog like Master P in Mule Creek when he spoke to Should. And I'd have buying rights if I had a nickel for all these lying types that went from Iron Mike to sacrificial. S on the chest, candy wrappers like a pack of Skittles. Relax a little, it like they sharing a taxi with Travis Bickle. They all jacked until the crack of missiles. Trace of rounds, have them sizzle out of town, stashing pistols. When it's on, grab the hammers, hit you, rap is fickle. Trust me, Grimey Renaissance, that's official.
Left hook, broke his fucking left tooth, I think I caught it. Think deep, before you pop shit, yeah, I think I floored it. Think deep, pistols whipping Rugers on the brains, I parted. Think deep, I need deep years of beef, but I think retarded. This is new blood, Dexter on the scene, I caught it. I'm Hezbollah, breaching that south border, better record it. I better discard them, pussy wetter than the Vatican autumn. This is an Attican quota, stab you in the back of medulla. I'm back like a gator crawling. I'm on a mission, clapping pedophiles, then back to Florida. This is an act of slaughter, wipe the blood, I break the norm. Halle Berry told me to keep swinging, behead this drawn. Gun smoke mixed with acetylene, I spit these bars. I'm mixed up with schizophrenic relatives that'll hit you hard. Yeah, y'all never see that shit coming. I'm dumbing out like the devil on this beat that's drumming.
Rouse the believers to wage war, drowning out the heathens like when rocket-propelled grenades soar. Casting out the demons of preacher's speech on an A4, doused in Adidas like Run DMC in 84. And it's still fuck what you think like main source. Heavy is the head, but fuck what you thought, cause it ain't yours. Mighty is the sword, cutting through pages like a chainsaw. On guard, Grimey Renaissance over ages will remain raw. Grimey Renaissance, get murdered for them sneak disses. Forgive the third person, but you've heard of him, heard he's vicious. Bet them coppers been concerned about they key witness. Your favorite rapper, I heard they turned him in like 3 minutes. Couldn't handle the heat like he was weak-wristed. Soon as he land back on the street, he'll get his teeth twisted. He stayed running, bet his feet blistered. Toss his body off the 3 sisters. How should I put it? A psycho, you shouldn't. You ever seen a bullet go through fire, bro? They've been praying for my downfall. With every W, my foes die slow. Throwing feints for the 5-0s. These beats like propane for the pyros. They've been praying for my downfall. Till tracer rounds make the sky glow. Yeah, catch us stacking, but we don't throw signs. Filling up the mags, practice cutting back on the load times. Rappers no match up for these dope rhymes. They got a better chance smashing Canelo on Showtime. I'm paying no mind to anything that less than classic. Bread dropped the banger, I blessed it, should be kept in plastic. The rest of peasants, I'm impressive, bringing extra damage. I hit them rappers like a heckler, catch them heads of cactus. Yeah, then legs will fill your chest with fragments. It'll get more messy than Paul McCartney's second marriage. Kept the valleys with the blades in the luggage, passing the gun from the backseat cause it wouldn't fit in the glove compartment. Pass a pump, these lames quick to get the drama starting. Haram in the game, switching up Osama Bin Laden, Iran in the 80s, Contras, Robert McFarlane. These boys wanna front a war but won't do none of the blasting. Let's go. How should I put it? A psycho, you shouldn't. You ever seen a bullet go through fire, bro? They've been praying for my downfall. With every W, my foes die slow. Throwing feints for the 5-0s. These beats like propane for the pyros. They've been praying for my downfall. Till tracer rounds make the sky glow.
You know how I stayed alive this long, all these years? Fear. The spectacle of fearsome acts. Somebody steals from me, I cut off his hands. He offends me, I cut out his tongue. He rises against me, I cut off his head, stick it on a pike. Raise it high up, so all in the streets can see.
And wrestling fans, his opponent from Santa Fe, New Mexico, 288 pounds, Bruiser Brody.
I'ma crush him like Bruiser Brody. Ali just dying to put a punch through a noki. Shoot a bogey while these fuckboys do the hokey. Cut the lights, camera action, bro, use a phony. Fucking frauds. I'ma squash them like Bruiser Brody. They stay watching and they listen to the music closely. You don't want a fucking problem, kid, you don't know me. Cut the lights, camera action, bro, use a phony. Yeah, what's the game without the hustle? This for the brave hearts, gorillas that came up out the struggle, about to truly blow this shit. Tapes came from out the duffel on my Bruiser Brody shit. Chain around the knuckles, lames get world traded. Never made it out the rubble when the blade came out of subtle. K laid them out in puddles, no rebuttals. Whack rappers spray without the muzzle till the lockdown is over. You won't make it out your bubble, this like post-COVID. Celebrating, I'm the most quoted, underestimated, most potent with the flow, owned it. Hit Dana for a show date, don't postpone it. 50K all day, break the face of my opponents. Couple generals co-signed on the coup, told me take over, I replied don't mind if I do. Opposed to calling Farrell trap for all this time in the booth. I'm more like Kiefer Sutherland upstairs dying to shoot. Yeah, got me with the flow heinous, so dangerous. They call you cocky when you show greatness. Those lames don't want me rebounding those favors. Stone faces probably got more rounds in than Joe Frazier's. Dough rakers blown cake on them old acres. O-razors to a couple of them old faces. No patience since 08, I got cold cases. No arraignments, I'm surprised that they don't frame us. I'ma crush 'em like Bruiser Brody. Ali just dying to put a punch through a nogi. Shoot a bogey while these fuckboys do the hokey. Cut the lights, camera action, bro, use a phony. Fucking frauds. I'ma squash 'em like Bruiser Brody. They stay watching and they listen to the music closely. You don't want a fucking problem, kid, you don't know me. Cut the lights, camera action, bro, use a phony.
Scope on the rifle, I hit you from distance. You in the crosshair like a public enemy emblem. You can't fight this power. Oswald aim, no grassy knoll. High caliber bullets that pierce skin and bones. Send a couple enforcers to rummage through your home. Hog tie your wife, he instructed to leave the kids alone. When it's war, I understand the assignment. These niggas pussy, I'm breaking their hymen. You would've thought I was making a diamond. All this pressure my niggas applying. Got it lit with my RC Alliance. I got a history of violence, no criminal record. My hands dirty, but the feds can't catch us. God bless us. My young shooter really a tweaker. Sprinkle coke on his reefer. I got a bitch that set it off. Call her Queen Latifah. UNITY. The beef ain't over until everybody dies. Yeah.
Sending bullets before prayers of warfare. Man, I'm good if the fourth flare. Had to put a couple heads in the crosshairs. Not a shot spared till the cockheads dropped dead. We was brothers, noticed something was off there. Trust a motherfucker, now I know that's my crossbed. Was locked in a box, had me plotting a Con Air. Pop the lock and drop in on this dog, watch it stop there. Yeah, ballied up with the brass knucks. The two-piece had him like the fucker was half cut. For the listeners, a classic you can't touch. Took my bars up a division as savage as Hamza. The 44 with the silence, them bitter boys swinging rifles like the Northern Alliance. Take a walk with the giants, walk from all of the violence to all of our triumphs. Thank the pressure for forming them diamonds.
Prick. You're having second thoughts. You're shrinking. And your two little balls are shrinking with you. And the fact that you've got replica written down the side of your gun, and the fact that I've got Desert Eagle .50 written on the side of mine should precipitate your balls into shrinking along with your presence. Now, fuck off.
Yeah, listen. My shit is raw like Apollo package, shrink wrapped and still getting sniffed out by all the addicts. Hate it or love it, the listeners know I brought it savage. Haters cop it anyway like bitches in a forced marriage. I'm a heavyweight, my punches hit like Walt Harris. Y'all practice type to call out Logan Paul for theatrics. Prison clocks ain't got a single minute for dramatics. Competition skipping off like I was swinging automatics. Yeah, lit 'em up, I bring it cold and callous. The 223, that shit'll hit you up like Gordon Tallis. Custom grip, I nicknamed her Who's a Malpal Harris. Anything over 22 is overkill for all you rappers. Warrior call over the wall, link my thoughts of malice. Iron Sheik writing up a storm, the art of war and ballads. Grimey Renaissance, brand royal, storm the Atlas. Homecoming look like 44 after the fall of Paris. Black roses, rivals in the rosaries. Yeah. If it's grimy, then you know it's me. Black roses, rivals in the rosaries. Yeah, If it's grimy, then you know it's me. Black roses, rivals in the rosaries. Yeah. If it's grimy, then you know it's me. Black roses, rivals in the rosaries. Yeah. If it's grimy, then you know it's me. Yeah. A black rose for my rivals, I'll find you. I'm coming back home with reprisals. A grimy renaissance by design in the title. Basically on fake MCs, they won't find no vitals. I'm killing this shit, I'm probably better than your idols. I mean, just listen to the perfection I supplied. You got heads bumping so much it affecting their spinal. And if not, there's always the spread from the rifle. Get primal, protecting my possessions, my survival. On the back of that aggression, Ambo's getting no revival. Yeah, put some respect on my rival. Like Darren Albert in the 97 grand final. My shit vile, lights out. Chris Lytle might get 25, but your family dying if there's a mistrial. Bit wild, man on the ledge amount to this style. Coming home known for the body count like Chris Kyle. Black roses, rivals in the rosaries. Yeah. If it's grimy, then you know it's me. Black roses, rivals in the rosaries. Yeah. If it's grimy, then you know it's me. Black roses, rivals in the rosaries. Yeah. If it's grimy, then you know it's me. Black roses, rivals in the rosaries. Yeah. If it's grimy, then you know it's me.
Now Artest has jumped over the scorer's table and is trying to get down to the bench. Artest is in the stands. Oh, this is awful. Fans are getting involved. Steven Jackson's in the fans. Rasheed Wallace going into the stands. The security trying to somehow restore order.
Used to have the same dreams in my head as Kobe. Now squeeze and take your favorite rappers' heads as trophies. They're below me, got the goods here, so I'm a boaster. Putting 40 down and cut your career short, Drazen Petrovich. My shit is raw than White Whitney. Biggest export since Ben Simmons signed with Philly. Snipe City, you guys silly with the 9 milli. Quite simply got a rifle about the size of Mike Bibby. I put the game in a gorilla press. Came home with the beard long and a Luger like I mimic Rex. Pigeon chested prosecutor on a Vision X. Rushed the haters, heard my new shit and turned into mini bless. Holloway, Cater, Hagler and Hearn. Haven't you learned? Dropping my name, it took a hazardous turn. I murder rappers disfigured as far as damage concerned. A legend by 32, 33, that's magic and bird, damn. I fuck around and get the frog stomping. Needed Johnny Cochran, my Cowie was a system more than John Stockton. Stop bombing like a kamikaze's last squadron with bars more bloody than when God's boxing Charles Bronson. Yeah, I'm a threat cause every line is raw. I'm the Tyrannosaurus Rex of the dinosaurs. Your rhymes are whack and mine are more like a lion's roar. The 45 to your back like Michael Jordan in 94. All I need are pen and paper, some mean beats, easy layups. Have them laying where the machine beeps. My tapes are Y2K Lakers with the 3-peat. Game bred backstage, Jorge with the 3-piece. Fuck a retweet, a like or a share. I'm the Revenant, you Leo picking fights with a bear. You out of shape for this shit, I'm Maya Mike, it's unfair. Stocked and slap on MCs, watch them fly from their Nike Airs.
Look at this lion. He's the king of the jungle. Huge mane out there. He's laying down under a tree in the middle of Africa. He's so big. He's so hot. He doesn't want to move. Now, the little lion comes. They start messing with him. Biting his tail, biting his ears. He doesn't do anything. The lioness, she starts messing with him. Coming over, making trouble. Still, nothing. Now, the other animals, they notice this. And they start to move in. The jackals. They're barking at him, laughing at him. They do this, and they get closer and closer and bolder, till one day, that lion gets up and tears the shit out of everybody. Runs like the wind, eats everything in his path. Because every once in a while, the lion has to show the jackals who he is.
Yeah, all I do is spit lava and dig graves on mixtapes to bring them balaclavas and the switchblades. candy rappers getting ripped apart when I spit flames. But this came as no surprise, really my bar's been insane. Part of my disdain, but this game is piss stained. Rip chains from them, slap them so hard it like they kiss trains. I introduce them to the 5 fingers like Rick James, then kick game with a pile of lyrics as big as Ving Rhames. Heard the ops was having them dramas and switch names like Osama 20 years before SEAL Team 6 came. They must be coked up like Nazis at the Berlin Games. I blast them after party, Picasso paint the wall with his brains. My shit is nasty, it's the last part of the King James. 4 horsemen mix Ric Flair with Slick Rick's pimp game. I figured I'd explain my position, inflict pain, get slain. Got gorillas from Sydney to Madrid, Spain. Still militant, hopped out them prison restraints. Was in chains while they typed them Twitter fingers to wrist strain. Little unstable cause my brother's head hung in shame. Willing and able, ain't trusted a single one since Kane. Fuck your top 5, the illest in 96 lane. And still got him right there beside the pictures of big frame. Industry saying the golden era gone, but it's plain and simple. You should down 100 pills and slip veins. Take heed or they can stay sleeping. Ask Asio, this the enemy of the state speaking. Yeah, but ain't preaching, more like Planet of the Apes. Siege and break even, screaming fuck the state till the case beaten. As sharp as the razor wire on top of the gates, greeting me as I walk through the valley of lost time, but I ain't grieving. I face demons, snakes bleed, I will slay heathens. Face leaning with their brains leaking that JFK treatment. I don't listen to what these lames speaking and cry babies bumping PC gums in front but stay teething. They weaken by incompetence to convey meaning. With keyboard warriors trying to jump on board but the train's leaving. I can't relate to all these snore joints they streaming when basically all I do is just score points, I'm game leading. Let's do the playoffs off the back of a great season. My only loss when I let the public defender play defense. Came sweeping through the game like hurricanes reaching the shore. Now the waters are more dangerous, you feel the way it deepen. A real threat to all the other sharks in the same region. They ain't eating and I got the smarts and the means to remain feasting. I wouldn't say that they're the shit, but I guess they decent. Maybe they're not in the right lane while I'm on this highway speeding. Bringing into the rain season when my tape releasing. Cause all you hear is fire and see emojis with the flames leaping.
You want a fresh style? Let me show you.
Listen. Every track written in flames.
What did you say?
Rex, that's the name with K-Otic.
Yeah. Spit flames to the microphone, let's get it cracking like Caros, Pyros, defiant tones. My saliva known on tracks like Firestone, while all these mumble rappers get the sounding like Sly Stallone. I might have turned with a 90s flow and bend beats to my will and spill the blood of all these lying MCs. No commercial, no compromise, NC square. Pages catch on fire when my pen bleeds. Send priests, I'm on a wicked level where everywhere I look a lame, tipsy and expelling air. I'll beat them in the 50 Shades of Medicare. We spit heat, they well aware, from Sydney to Delaware. Yeah, psychotic on the best suitor. Prove the toxic gatekeeper, state Fred Cooper. Execute the rotten logic of the end user. Written in flames, chaotic one Rex Luger.
You want a fresh style? Let me show you.
Listen. Every track written in flames.
What did you say?
Rex, that's the name with K-Otic.
Through my nightmares I sleep peacefully. Increasingly I rhyme with a high percentage of frequency. A beast on the track, how they perceiving me. Never believed in me, versus international, peep the steez. Check the gorilla monologue, the front line is hip-hop. Mumble rappers are not involved. Cannabis connoisseur, need cookies and space cakes. Cocoa nugs, brass knuckles, grade A. When I rap, I put my all in it. Confident, I'll never part with it. Yeah, my heart's content. A roadblock you can't circumvent. Circumspect actions that you can't avoid when I'm gripping on this German tech. You know how we do. Puerto Rock Boodle. This shit doodle, can take it wherever you go. Chaotic one Rex Luger, splitting the game from Sydney to Delaware. This was written in flames, stupid.
You want a fresh style? Let me show you.
Listen. Every track written in flames.
Rex, that's the name with K-Otic.
My pen work like swinging swords, lines roar like 79, Studio 54. Richard Pryor shouting, shoring at the drink support. Skip the billboard, still banging Highlander by Mr. Forge. These lames overextend like terrorism laws. Corona antivirus and kept the extended clips in store. Rounds from rooftop ledges, clapping like pigeon calls. Rifle go through cartridges like a Nintendo 64. Couldn't get the confession that they were fishing for. Was celebrating when the Fed's investigation hit a wall. CI's coughing up for cheers, I'm trying to pin the source. In short, graffiti blocking up the ears on them pissy walls. While kids dry snitching and mixing boards. Did an interview with Vlad, then watched the feds kick his door. I swear these fucking geeks think it's Disney World. Till the ICU and all he hears beeping like I missed his call. Everything I spit is raw. Mind as sharp as razor wire outside the prison walls. Been in wars and I would never ride with chicken hawks. If you stall, get stitches side to side like cricket balls. Lace these pages with my wicked thoughts. I've put K's in on these tracks, tipped the winning horse. I'm to this what Che Guevara was to guerrilla war. Kalishnikov spitting CIA on the collision course. From a world you fuck boys aren't conditioned for. All these boys in the hood good till Ricky falls. I'm the nicest this side of the Pacific shores. Critics called me lyrical commission mixed with Biggie Smalls. I brought the fire like Kathy Freeman with the torch. I put the metal to your chest like Olympic sports. Stay in your lane, this is turf you need permission for. Got him swerving like Zach Eifenberg when he flipped the Porsche. I won't ever get 5 mics in the source. I'm unsigned hype, my bars are type that you listen for. Go over heads like the SA5 and 64. Same year, Jimi Hendrix televised flicking chords. Kill the fake shit, get in line, sniffy snort. Courtney killed Kurt, never mind, back to intercourse. Gun talk, titties, drugs of course. Sticking broads, ripping off each other's flow and mumbling like when 50 talks. My brand royalty, arrested out of high school, never got that HSC but overstand loyalty. Uneducated, couple K worth of foilies, mathematics and practice adapted to it loyally. My Top Gun got his trade as a boilie, handled the Mars pump like a MiG and waved it joyously. $50 a grenade, they really spoiled me with the cars, so if they raid it ain't even annoying me. Coppers trying to get the story straight from the gate. I never talk when I caught a case. Cross my fingers, pray it fall in place. Prosecutor sunk a 3 like you played for Golden State. Hold your fate in their palms as you contemplate that rotten taste. Was that last one a cold embrace? Swan hear that deal and it's all it takes. You find out it's real within the first 48.
1 grenade, 2 grenade, 3 grenade, 4. Pull up and let it go, it'll be the different song.
Chill, Lord, I'm not a killer, but you pushing me to set it off. I'm not a killer, but you pushing me to set it off.
Yeah, $50 grenades, Connect dig the music, but he said they rotten the game. I told him I got you, I'm back now and nothing has changed. And ever since he said everything I'm dropping is flames. These rappers not in my lane, getting pimped by a label for watching a chain. Off the record they'd admit that we wasn't the same. Me no hable inglés when them officers came. Thank the oldies for my street smarts. Feel I gotta represent like 93 Nas. 03 pelting rocks at police cars in LP. Chifley Park polishing up these bars. Wish we could run it back but we can't. Before MP3s and some of these scars. Heard CI's coughing up in 3 parts. Shit, don't wanna see me in a ski mask.
1 grenade, 2 grenade, 3 grenade, 4. Pull up and let it go, it'll be the different song.
Chill, Lord, I'm not a killer, but you pushing me to set it off. I'm not a killer, but you pushing me to set it off.
Every day I ask the same question. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the sickest soldier of them all? And every day I get the same answer. Cactus Jack. Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, A lone lion in its habitat should be left alone, or some iron might go rat-a-tat. Rap is rap, but you can die for it, imagine that. Wrap the 2x4 with barbed wire like I'm Cactus Jack. Yeah, I got a mean swing and that's a fact. But Kaz got a mean shot, so I don't need to clap a strap. And I'm confident that his stats will be that exact. In the clutch with leg kick up your head like a hacky sack. Listen up, what I'm spitting is official, huh? Mixing up the permadeath like Jim Jones in the cut. People's Temple, fifth of cyanide in the cup. To these instrumentals I'm like Iron Mike, zip 'em up. Heard your favorite rapper brave with the fisticuffs. Turn your favorite rapper JFK if he didn't duck. Tell the corner bees the jig is up. The new breed wanting beef, I'll send them to see Big and Pac. New school notorious, old school the villainous. Building this rebel nation from the ground up with militants. Small circle round up and you bang with idiots. Rap names like track names of alleged Wu-Tang affiliates. I'm killing this, the comeback like the summer of sand. Banana Republic contract, clip you for under $1,000. Told him to aim for the legs, had to fuck with their stance. Now they moving like fat dudes trying to run in the sand. Damn, my shit is potent like what Snoop's smoking. On one track, take more swings than the US Open. Here's for hoping one will land on your jaw. You there on the floor, I'm Foley with the mandible claw. The flow Medellin, everything I prepared him is raw. Sam Peckinpah, preparing the memorandum of law. Judge will hand me a section 10 right there in the court. People's champ, murder rappers, Charles Manson support. Yeah.
People look at you today, 20 years later, and they still have no idea what you're about. Tell me in a sentence who you are.
Nobody. I'm nobody. I'm a tramp, a bum, a hobo. I'm a boxcar and a jug of wine. And a straight racer if you get too close to me. If you get too close to me.